Hamster. Goateed Hamster, thank you for joining. All right. Okay, guys, hang on one second. Let me just pull up the charts. What happened to my charts? 1 second. We're going to be talking about RIVN, Work Sport, and of course CXAI, stocks on the move. Let me. By the way, CXAI is about to explode. Let me just pull that up 1 second. I'm going to address that first. It's 1:26 Eastern time, lunchtime. This is prime time for stocks to be on the move. Okay, so we got the chart up for YouTube. Hang on a second. TikTok, I'm going to show you charts. Stand by. Again, we focus on only one thing here. We focus on stocks which have 10x upside potential, 10-bagger blueprint. My name is Jack Marks, author of the #1 bestseller. I only focus on stocks which have 10x to 100x upside potential. Well, let's just say 10x. I don't even want to get too ambitious. And you know what? Right now, CXAI is breaking out, literally. I'm going to show you the charts. This is a deep value stock. Okay, hang on a second. Let me pull this up. We're at 38 cents. 15-minute charts. If you guys are watching the 15-minute charts, take a look. Hang on 1 second, and boom. Okay, here we go. CXAI, guys. Can you see this? CXAI. As you see here, we got a breakout. We got a nice bottoming thing. This is what we've been waiting for the last couple of days, guys. This is what I've been talking about. We're waiting for this bottoming to happen. You know, when the stocks got hit with the whole AI disaster last week. And I think we're ready. It's ready to happen. We got a nice bottom formation. The stock is ready to break out. It's actually right now, as we speak, literally breaking out above the 50 moving average. This is an algo trigger, or technical buy signal. I'm looking at the 15-minute charts. That is a pretty big deal. The 15-minute charts. The 15-minute charts is actually quite important. The #1 charts we look for are really the 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1 hour. Those are the charts that move the stock, but everything starts off at the micro level, at the 5-minute, right? It starts off small. Everything starts off small. So let's zoom in on the 5-minute. The 5-minute charts are showing a breakout. By the way, guys, thank you for clicking the like button. User 76 saying, "I love when the market is red. I'm terrible. I know." You know what? I have to admit, I'm kind of like you. We got Rune Hansen back. We haven't seen a Rune Hansen in a long time. What happened to that guy? Okay, here we go. So this is CXAI. We're looking at CXAI. We have a breakout on the 5-minute chart. Okay, technical buy signal. It's, you know, we have a nice uptrend happening right here above this moving average, right? The 50 moving average. Nothing to get too excited about. You're not seeing anything like really ramping. It's not, but they start off small. It's like a wave. It starts off small, then it grows. This is why you want to have this stock on your watch list. CXAI needs to be on your watch list. Why? Why is that? Well, CXAI is an AI stock. What they're doing is, in a nutshell, what does CXAI do? Because you have to understand what they do. First of all, #1 thing, #1 rule is don't lose money. How do you not lose money? Buy stocks which have what I call a built-in profit. A built-in profit. What does it mean? Technically, it means you buy the stock and your profit is guaranteed because it's built in. Now, I'm exaggerating slightly. Nothing in life is guaranteed except death and taxes, according to Benjamin Franklin. But a built-in profit is as close as you can get. What it means is you buy a stock that's trading below its, book value. In other words, if these guys have $10 million in cash in the bank, okay, that's what they have. CXAI has 10 million cash approximately. Yeah, I know it could be 9 million today, 10, whatever the number is. It's about 10 million. They have a business that's probably worth, I'd say, between 25 to 50 million, right? And what's the market cap? The market cap today is about $12 million. So basically, when you're buying the stock, like, how can you lose? How do you lose? I know somebody's going to say, oh, yeah, well, the company's still losing money. They have to raise cash. Don't worry about that. Nothing in life is perfect. Nothing in life is perfect. It's like, what is it? I think I have to give it. I think somebody told me. Actually, this is my cousin. I have to give my cousin credit. She said, "You know what? It's like what is it? No, there's no situation is perfect. You have to just go with the thing that you can accept the problems. It's like when you get married. Nobody is perfect, right? Women, men, nobody's perfect. Everybody has their own problems. You just have to you just have to figure, okay, I'm willing to deal with this problem, whatever that problem is. Okay, and that's all. That's as good as it gets. Okay, everything is that's the way the world is. Okay, so CXAI, is it too late to get in? No, I don't think. By the way, we don't give buy sell advice on this channel. I think CXAI is a great time to get in. Why? Because we launched the stock at a higher price. It was like 42 cents, if I believe. You're getting in at a ground floor. You're getting in basically at cash value, liquidation value. You have a breakout happening literally as we speak. We're starting to move up on the charts. Let me show you. Okay. What's going on? Okay. We're breaking out on the charts, on the 15-minute charts. Okay, it's a buy signal. The algos are going to start to go off. Now, the number we're watching, okay, the real number, what's going to move the stock is going to be 40 and then 45 cents. Those are the key levels we're watching. These are the key levels, these green lines, which is 43 cents, 45 cents. Those are the key levels. That's a 30-minute chart, but we're starting to move, okay? The 15-minute chart is your kind of early alert. You understand? That's how it works. The 15-minute chart is your early alert. By the way, we're going to be talking about RIVN. We're going to be talking about RIVN. We're going to be talking about WorkSport. So CXAI is on the move. We have a breakout happening literally right now, literally as we speak. The stock is breaking out on the 50 moving average. Can we close it above 40 cents today? By the way, 40 cents is not a big deal. We're talking about 2 pennies. We're talking about 2 pennies, but those 2 pennies make a world of difference. They make a huge difference for the algos. Okay, let's take a look at WorkSport. Okay, so WorkSport, big news today, huge news. Huge news. I'm going to show you the charts. WorkSport, what is going on with WorkSport? I just want to show you guys this. So, okay, I have a big thesis on RIVN. Okay, RIVN, the guys that make the electric EV trucks. Now, I hate EVs. I couldn't care less about EVs. But here's what I'm noticing. The reality is this. Americans love SUVs. They love pickup trucks. It's a fact. Americans love SUVs and pickup trucks. Who's the number one maker of electric SUVs? RIVN. It's a fact. They're very smart. They do a beautiful job on the trucks. And by the way, if anybody watching this owns a RIVN, let me know, because I'm curious to know like real world, feedback. I just picked up some RIVN yesterday. The charts look amazing on RIVN. And, I think RIVN is going to do very, very well. I think what they have that's unique is, again, I look at it as, okay, I'm seeing the facts. I'm on the West Coast. You go anywhere in California, you see RIVN trucks everywhere. RIVNs are everywhere in California, okay? And is there a lag? I don't know. Okay, so the RIVN trucks are everywhere. Everybody's buying RIVN. All the big trends start in California first, then they spread to the US, and then they go worldwide. Everything starts in California. Now, here's the thing you have to understand. Let me just show you this, because I know a lot of people watching, they don't know what this is. Rune Hansen, I think, is like in Denmark or something, so he doesn't know what this is. But when you buy a pickup truck, right, this back piece is empty. It's like just an empty bed. So if you have stuff in there, it's going to get wet from the rain, or people are going to steal it. You have to cover it. So their companies, it's a multi-billion-dollar business selling these covers. And what WorkSport has done today, they've announced it's called a tonneau cover. Okay, a tonneau cover. And so they are making these solar-powered covers. So not only is it a cover, but also has these solar cells on the back. Okay, and you can use it for a generator, charges this generator box, which, oh yeah, Rune is in Norway. Rune, how many pickup trucks are in Norway? I don't think there are any. I don't think there's any pickup trucks in Norway. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure there's no pickup trucks in Norway. What is that? The one thing I remember, the most thing I do, the one time I've seen a lot of Norwegians is the New York City Marathon. I mean, there's a couple years ago, I was at the marathon. And they go crazy for that marathon. They have the flags and they go High Norge, right? I don't know why they love the marathon. I mean, you got cold weather, but the pickup trucks are a huge deal in the U.S. Americans love big cars. They're not driving little cars. Americans are overweight. They're big people, like Texas. Everybody's overall 6'3" in Texas. They're all 300 pounds. They love pickup trucks. You ever see that show called Landman on TV? Landman, with Billy Bob Thornton. It's an amazing show. I believe that show is going to move the needle on pickup truck sales. It's going to make pickup truck sales more popular than they already are. Anyway, so these guys are doing these tonneau covers. It's a big deal. It's a growing market. Hang on a second. I'm going to show this to YouTube. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Let me show this to YouTube. Share screen. Anybody watching on YouTube? Here we go. Oh. Okay, that's your pickup truck cover. YouTube, you see this? What's cool about the RIVN is they have this thing that comes out. There's like, the design is actually very good. Oh, CXAI is in the move? Okay. CXAI. Let's go. Let's pull up CXAI because we got to see what is going on. There we go. Yep. We got a breakout. We have a major breakout happening on the 5-minute charts. Guys, here we go. It started. I told you it would start climbing. Now, sometimes I'm wrong, but here we go. It's starting to break out. By the way, on the 5-minute charts, it's starting to ramp. We got a ramp going on, baby. Ramp. Oh, whoop. There it is. Look at this. We got a breakout. On CXAI. CXAI, the pump is on. And Rune called it. That's right. If it wasn't for Rune, I wouldn't be looking at this chart. I'd still be talking about CXAI. Hang on a second. Let me put this out. I gotta send a tweet. If you are watching, do me a favor, guys. If you are watching, please make yourself useful. Be engaged. Okay, don't just watch. Go on to StockTwits and type in $CXAI hashtag breakout. $CXAI breakout, and that's gonna basically juice the algorithms. Now I got to do my own part. I got to do my part, which is I have to make this post as we speak. So we gotta hype up the stock. This is, I don't know if you know this, but this is kind of what I do. This is like, what I get paid to do. I get paid to pump stocks. Okay, that's what it is. I know this is what they say. Hang on a second. This is what I do better than anybody else on the planet. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let me just type this in. We got a volcano breakout on CXAI. Okay, here we go. We're putting out the Telegram. We got our Telegram going. Hang on, I just got to post the StockTwits. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, if you're watching, please go on StockTwits and X. Type in. Ah, shit, it's frozen. It's the Matrix. The Matrix is out to get us. Okay, by the way, if you're watching on TikTok, click the hearts button, the hearts button, like button, whatever that is. By the way, I hate when people do this on social media. They do that stupid thing. It's so fucking gay. But anyway, please click that hearts button, okay? Okay, SoFi won't let you buy CXAI. What are they, communists or something? You got to be on. Let me tell you, the number one broker, and I hate these people. I despise them. Is Interactive Brokers. I do have an account with them, but I hate them. I really do hate Interactive Brokers. but they are the best. Otherwise, let's see. Wow, my computer's really slow today. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the matrix. The matrix is attacking. They want to keep the stock down. There it is, 39. Here we go, guys. It's on the move. CXAI breaking out. CXAI breaking out. We have a golden cross about to happen. Major algo trigger. Get ready. Major algo trigger. CXAI. Here we go. Let's see. This is your golden cross about to happen. And that's, again, we're looking at the 3-minute chart. Okay, so the 3-minute, everything starts at the micro level. Okay, then it goes up. Okay, now, boom, there it is. You got an official breakout on the 15-minute charts. This is the official breakout. Okay, by the way, please click the hearts upvote button if you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, X. Just like the thing. We got to get the algos going. CXAI exploding. VXNOM is saying, how come I'm down? I love this quote. How come I'm down half of my investment portfolio since I started listening to you? Do you know why? Most likely, again, I don't tell you when to buy or sell. Most likely because I'll tell you why. Because you're making probably the mistake a lot of people make, which is they're not following our social media platform. So they don't get in at the ground floor. Do you get in at the ground floor? If you had gotten in at the ground floor whenever we launch a stock, you'd be up bigly, as Trump says, okay? The reason you're down is probably you bought a stock after it was already up, double or triple. You probably bought Ciata when it was, we launched it at $1 and you paid $7 or $5, okay? You got to get at the ground floor. The ground floor in CXAI is right now. This is the ground floor. By the way, my #1 bestseller book, 10-Bagger Blueprint. By the way, I do have to make one statement. I got to clear something up. Let me clear the air. Some people say that, this guy says every stock is going up 10x. Every stock is going to be a 10-bagger and blah, blah, blah. All the haters say that. Here's the thing you got to understand about the haters. The haters, they're just haters. They're people who are unsuccessful in life, and they look for excuses to project their failure onto everybody else. Okay, look, the way I look at it is this. Okay, I'm looking for stocks. If you want to be successful in anything in life, anything, whatever it is, stocks, whatever, you have to have a goal, a big goal. Okay, and you have to be realistic. You have to have a system that works. And if you apply that to a big goal, you're going to succeed. Okay. What I do is I focus on stocks which have 10x upside potential. And again, if you read my book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, everything is disclosed there. I have a system, a framework for finding stocks, ground floor stocks, which could become 10-baggers, stocks that go up 10x, 100x or more. Now, all the haters are going to say, but this guy's stocks don't go, not all of them go up 10x. Most of them do not. And you are correct. Most of our stocks, this is a shocker. You're going to be shocked. Here's a confession. Most of our stocks don't become 10-baggers. About 15%, 20% become 10-baggers. That's right. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 of our stocks actually becomes a 10-bagger. The rest double, triple, or whatever it is. And they become, maybe 5x. Sometimes they go higher, they fade out. Who knows what happens to them? The only thing I do, my job, okay, is, first of all, I get paid by all these companies. I'm in the business of stock promotion, but I only take on clients which I believe could be 10-baggers. If I don't believe they could be 10-baggers, I'm not interested, no matter how much they want to pay. Well, okay, unless they want to pay something crazy. Like for example, if Qatar called me up, because I know Qatar is paying off all these YouTube channels, live streamers, they haven't called me yet. But if they called me and they said, look, we're going to give you $10 million to promote some shit stock, I would take them up. I'm being straight up. If it was like $10 million, I would take the money. Anything less, probably not. Really, it has to be something crazy because I'm just not interested. So, but here's the reality. So again, we look for stocks which have 10x upside potential. Not all of them become 10-baggers, but almost every one of them. The haters will admit, every one of my haters, and you know who you are, okay? All the haters, especially all the scumbags in Canada, or that third world country. Canada is third world shithole country, they will all admit most of our stocks go up. Like 99% of our stocks actually go up. Either they double or triple, and who knows what happens. But here's what you have to look at it, right? If you don't think big, you're not going to go anywhere in life, okay? It's almost like Michael Jordan, the basketball player, the guy who plays basketball. Well, he doesn't play basketball, but you know what I'm saying, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was he was a pretty good athlete when he was in high school. All these guys start off in high school playing basketball and all that, okay? So Michael Jordan, actually, he was a very good player, okay? Better than probably, 90% of people who play basketball when he was in high school, but he wasn't at a great level. He was actually cut from the high school team. This is from what I understand. Again, I'm not a basketball guy. I don't know, but Michael Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong, he was cut from the high school basketball team. He wasn't good enough to play basketball on a high school team. But what happened is, he improved. The guy had he was very ambitious. Michael Jordan, the guy's he's a maniac. He really is a total maniac, very focused. He's a hyper competitive guy, and he kept working and working. Then he went out to college, etc. Then he joined the Bulls, the Chicago Bulls, whatever it was called, and he became probably the greatest basketball player of all time. Why? Because he had the drive to do it. Okay, now on this channel, what we do is we bring you these guys who are kind of like college level basketball guys, like college level athletes, which could be professional and then could be greatest of all time. Now, how many college basketball or college football players or whatever it is go on to become the greatest of all time? How many of them become Tom Brady, the Michael Jordan, I don't know. I know we got Europeans watching, so I got to use a football or soccer metaphor, like Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever. How many? A small percentage. But here's the thing. The Cristiano Ronaldos, the Tom Brady's, those are the 100-baggers, not the 10-baggers. Those are the 100-baggers. And by the way, there's a lot of guys who actually, become very successful early on, and then they fade out. The key is you got to get in and then get out before they fade out. That's what my book is all about. Ride the trend. Okay, CXAI is breaking out. We got a beautiful chart pattern happening right now. Let me show you this. Okay, enough about Michael Jordan. Beautiful CXAI. We got a breakout. This was the base we were looking for. Now, we need to get above these levels. Okay, this is the level. 40, 43. These are the key levels. A 30-minute chart. I think it's going to happen. The momentum is here. The momentum is here. The stock wants to go higher. You got a double bottom base. It's a sloppy double bottom. It's not a perfect double bottom. Okay. Okay, if you're watching, please click the hearts and like button. If you're watching, do me a favor. Help me help you. Help me help you. The more people watch the live stream, the more the stocks go up. Click the hearts button. The button that looks like this. Thank you. There you go. Okay, we got Alex joining. We got VX Nam. Okay, by the way, I want to show you a stock. Okay, let me show you RIVN. RIVN is not a client. I don't know why they're not a client. I think they're stupid for not being a client. But RIVN, I actually bought some RIVN yesterday. I could have gotten it earlier. And again, I hate these EV companies. I should have bought the breakout at $15. I paid 18 and change. I got in a little bit late, but it's better late than never. So let me show you the RIVN chart. We got the RIVN chart up on the screen for the YouTube. Okay, here we go, guys. This is RIVN. Okay. RIVN. By the way, RIVN is crashing right now. Look at this, RIVN. How come nobody's saying I'm a pump and dump guy? Talking about RIVN. RIVN is no good. Rocket Lab. By the way, I own Rocket Lab. I own Rocket Lab and RIVN. RIVN, look at this. Here's what I love about RIVN. You got a wide base. By the way, this actually is exactly what I look for. A wide base. It's breaking out of that wide base. You see what's going on? RIVN is breaking out of that wide base. We got a breakout from that wide base. Okay, not, by the way, nothing here is a buy-sell recommendation. I don't care what you do. It's not my business what you do. We got a wide base, and we got a breakout. Again, typical fallen angel stock. We love fallen angels. And we got a breakout above the 200 moving average. It happened yesterday, but look at this. We failed. It wasn't able to break out. This is the weekly chart, the 200 moving average in the weekly chart. It wasn't able to make it. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to consolidate and then break out. It might be a few days. Why am I bullish on RIVN? Well, again, the Americans love pickup trucks. RIVN makes the best EV pickup truck. They're actually very, very smart. I think Tesla, I hate EVs. And I'm very stupid because I didn't buy Tesla when it came out, But I thought it was a bullshit car. I mean, I thought they were ugly. I thought they were just garbage cars. Because I remember seeing the first Tesla. It was like a Roadster, and it was like 2009. 2009, I saw the Tesla Roadster at the Pebble Beach concourse. They had it there or whatever. And I was like, oh, and people were talking about it. I remember guys were saying, oh yeah, Tesla, this is like this cool electric car, but it only gets 100 miles range, whatever. Dennis Cochran, trucks make up 37% of the market. Yeah. And it's growing. By the way, and here's the crazy thing. I think RIVN is going to be a crossover. First of all, RIVN also makes SUVs. They got a new car coming out, an SUV coming out in a couple of months, which is going to be $45,000. Okay, 45 grand for an SUV, an electric SUV. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. Again, cars are really expensive now. They're crazy prices. It's a good-looking car. I mean, the first thing you got to look for is it good-looking, and it is good-looking. So I'm bullish on RIVN, but guess what? All these trucks, they need the truck cover, the back. And people buy their own thing. Worksport is making now truck covers for RIVN. I'm not for the company, but for aftermarket. So if you have a RIVN, you want to buy a truck cover for the back so people don't steal your stuff and doesn't get wet from the rain or whatever, you got to get the truck cover from Worksport. Now, what's going on with the Worksport stock? It looks like it was breaking out. Again, I'm going to show you the chart. It was it's been very frustrating. It's been very, very frustrating. We've had some issues. That's Worksport. We're breaking out, but it's not, it's kind of like this morning, it looked really strong. It's really set up though. It's got to break out above 275. We got to clear 275, 290. We got to get out of this range, 285. And I think it's going to happen. It's going to be a couple days. It's just a grind. Look, we've had a very rough market the last week or so. We've had a rough market. A lot of these stocks are getting beat up. And CXAI, by the way, on the move. CXAI exploding. Let's pull this up. CXAI is breaking out. Oh, it's starting to ramp. Guys, CXAI, we're about to hit 40. We're about to hit 40. The pump is on. The pump is on. I'm telling you, this is gonna rocket into the close. Well, not guaranteed. Looks like it's gonna rocket into the close. I think we rocket into the close. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, so here's the deal. Here's why I think, if you're joining now, here's why I believe CXAI could be a 10-bagger. By the way, we're breaking out on the charts. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, you don't have to be a genius. CXAI, breakout above the 50 moving average, double bottom, inverse head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. You get a buy signal right here. 15-minute charts, that's the real deal. The 15-minute charts is the real deal. Again, as far as I'm concerned, CXAI, here's what's important. By the way, Worksport is very similar. CXAI, my target on CXAI, $5 potential. So CXAI is, the market cap is $12 million. $12 million for the whole company. If you bought every share, You bought every single share of CXAI, you'd be paying $12 million. Okay. And what do you get for your money? They have about $10 million in cash in the bank. Okay. Now, basically, you're only paying $2 million for the company. And what do you get? You're getting a business that is generating $5 million in revenues and growing. By the way, $5 million in the AI space that's growing as a SaaS business is worth about 5 to 10x. Those are the multiples that the private market pays, that the venture capital business pays. That's $25 to $50 million. So basically, you're getting this thing for, you have a built-in profit. It's worth 25 to 50 million, and you're getting it for basically $2 million net. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I call a built-in profit. You have a built-in profit. Yeah, click the hearts button so we get more eyeballs on this. 39.5, ready to break out. Again, CXAI. I don't know, guys. This is number one thing I look for, 10 bagger based on my formula, right? I only focus on stocks with 10x upside. Not all our stocks become 10 baggers. Most of them double or triple or whatever. 20% of our stocks become 10 baggers. That means 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 stocks. What does it mean? It means if you buy every stock we launch, you're going to get very, very rich. Okay, because percentage-wise, you're going to have a couple of moonshots. Percentage-wise, 1 out of 6, whatever it is, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, maybe 1 out of 7, will go to the moon. Okay, the rest will maybe double, triple, whatever. Some will go bust. Who knows? But you do all the math, and that's how you get rich with these things. You have to understand, this is public venture capital. We're in the business of public venture capital. That's what this is. Okay. And, most VCs, this is what you have to realize. Most venture capitalists, right? Silicon Valley, all these guys, 90% of their investments go bust. 90%. 90. Maybe more. If they're lucky, especially if it's early stage companies, it's like a 95% or more go bust. They only make money on 5% of their investments. Can you imagine that? You put money to 20 stocks and 19 of them or 18 of them that go bust, they go to zero. But the 1 or 2 go to the moon. They go up 10x, 100x. 10x, 100x. And that pays for everything. That's the way we look at it. Okay, Bojangles, this is not the pump. This is not the channel for you to be pumping your crappy stocks. All right. Okay, Ethan Lerner shared the live stream. Ethan, thank you for sharing. Guys, if you're watching on TikTok, please click the share and like button so we get more eyeballs on these stocks. If you're watching on YouTube or or X, whatever, same thing. Okay, it's almost 2 o'clock. Okay, lunchtime is over. You know what I think is going to happen? I think we'll consolidate here, and then it goes to the moon. And then it goes to the moon. At closing bell, guys, closing bell. 3:30. 3:30 is when the magic happens. Chart's looking good. Let me give you a close-up, and then we're going to log off here. CXAI breakout, official breakout, 5-minute charts. Golden cross on the 200 moving average. Trades by cup, trades by cup. You forgot about the warrants. It's also the warrants. Thank you for mentioning that. Trades by co-op. Thank you. Hang on a second. Watch this. There we go. How about the 30-minute chart? Whoa, this is beautiful. I don't like this. But these things, they always can turn around. What I do like is is that we have started the breakout process. There's your golden cross. Is it possible to have two mixed signals at once? Yes, it is. Because it starts off here. It starts off with a 3-minute chart, 5-minute, then goes to 15. So we have a buy signal right now. CXAI, we have a buy signal. It's on the move. It's been moving up in the last 30 minutes. There we go. Bouncing off that 200 moving average. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on, guys. All right. I need to, I got to hop. I'm going to try to get back with you at 3:30 maybe. Maybe 3:30 we'll be back for an update. We'll be back for an update 3:30. There we go. All right, guys. We'll be back at 3:30. CXAI breaking out. Tell your friends. Spread the word. All right, YouTube. See you at 3:30.